To remind everybody, a robbery involves a threat of violence, an assault, or a presentation of a weapon while in the commission of theft. If those factors aren't present, the incident is usually classified as just a theft or a burglary. And here's a number that might stick with you guys. To date, stolen within these 82 juggings is an estimated $590,000 this year alone. And that's from the 82 total juggings, not including the 13 robbery juggings, but the 82 total. We've gotten a lot of media requests on a case that occurred Friday. I'll talk a little bit about that case. Press release was sent out by our PIO. This case is case number 22-252-0609. This case occurred Friday, September 9th, 2022 at 2:25 in the afternoon. Suspect one is a black male in his 20s, 5'9", thin build, wearing a black hoodie, black pants, white socks with white Adidas slide-style sandals. Those Adidas slides had black stripes on them. He was wearing a surgical mask and dark gloves. Suspect 2 is unknown. The suspect vehicle we're looking for is a grayish, newer model BMW four-door with tinted windows. I don't have a year model right now. On Friday, September 9th, 2022 at 2:25, APD officers responded to another case of jugging. The victim, a woman, had withdrawn money from a Wells Fargo branch in Northwest Austin. After the transaction, two suspects in a gray four-door BMW followed her home. As the victim entered her home, she was violently assaulted by one of the suspects, and she sustained injury, and the victim had to be transported to the hospital. This jugging is different than some of the ones we've had earlier this year in that it is a higher level of violence, and that's why I know we've received media inquiries, and that's why we're talking about it. The victim during the assault was thrown to the ground and dragged across pavement, trying to maintain her possessions. The victim was taken to the hospital, like I already said. We're working the case with Violent Crimes Task Force as well as with the Violent Crime Interdiction Unit. That's about all I'm going to talk about this case. I'll take your questions after I'm finished with everything else. A couple tips for our community to protect themselves while they're out and about, running errands, going to the bank, maybe conducting banking. First and foremost, always be aware of your surroundings. If you're being followed, if you think you're being watched, always be aware. Take note of individuals in the lobby or the areas around a bank or an area where you might be getting money or valuable items. People that are sitting on a sofa and seem unoccupied inside of a bank, or people that are sitting in a car for large amounts of time or an inordinate amount of time in front of or around or nearby to a bank. Don't leave anything visible in your vehicle unattended. Even empty bank envelopes, cell phones, or other items could be considered valuable to someone, a would-be jugging suspect. Remember, as is on the signs everywhere we see in the city, take, hide, and lock. Don't leave valuable things. Don't leave large sums of money in your car. Be aware of the people in line behind you at a bank or if you're waiting for an ATM and whether they're following you. Once in a parking lot, be aware of vehicles, like I said, that have been there for too long, or people sitting in the cars for a long period of time. When you leave the bank, and lock your doors while driving. If you fall victim to a crime that stems from your visit to a bank or you feel meets the jugging criteria, make sure you call 911. Officers need to respond to this, and we need to do as best we can to follow leads that are available at the crime scene. Keep receipts from the time you were at the bank or at the store where you were getting something of value that was stolen, and also notify your bank branch or whatever store you were patronizing that this crime occurred. Making partnerships with us and businesses in the community helps us to solve these crimes. We have had a lot of dialogue with our local banking establishments regarding these types of crimes. We've had a lot of cooperation and good back and forth with our the bankers in this community. We can't overstate how important it is for the community involvement when we're trying to identify robbery, theft, and burglary suspects. We appreciate those of you that provide assistance, and we hope to continue building those relationships in the future. I will take limited questions at this time.
Are you noticing any trends amongst the 82 cases you just talked about?
Generally speaking, yes. One of the biggest trends that stands out is a lot of the times the victims are chosen purposefully. For example, we have female victims and we have victims of smaller stature that seem to stick out. Also elderly victims.
So more women are being targeted.
Women, elderly victims, and victims of smaller stature. I expected better questions. It was a good question, but I expected a lot of questions.
You mentioned that there was 80 this year so far to date, and it sounds like pretty lucrative as far as you mentioned about 500,000. Are these like, do we know if there's like specific business people or why there's so much money out there that's just floating freely, and how you can have tips to kind of bounce around that?
In a very general answer, we're seeing a lot of these stem from banks. So you go to a bank, you conduct business, you're followed, and then you're assaulted, or you lock your car and go to another business after the bank errand, and your car's broken into. And you come back and, oh, the $10,000 I retrieved, or the payroll I went to pay my employees with, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing.
Okay.
Are there, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, are there any other locations outside of the bank, maybe like ATMs, convenience stores?
Generally speaking, if you're going to somewhere where you could be perceived as retrieving money or withdrawing money, I would be on guard and follow the tips I talked about earlier.
But are you all seeing jugging happening at locations outside of banks?
The ones that come to mind, and I can't speak to all 82, clearly they're not all assigned to me. What I can speak to is we see quite a bit of actual full banks, large banks like the main branches, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America.
And in regards of neighborhoods, at this point, I know, like you said, you haven't been assigned to all the cases,
Yep.
but are you seeing more cases up north, like closer to upper suburbs, or we're talking also south side?
I'd have to go pull those numbers for you. I couldn't give you a solid answer right now.
My question was answered. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us here on KXAN Live, everyone. Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. We just heard there from an Austin police detective about a violent bank jugging case that happened just last week. In addition to the dozens that have happened so far this year, we just got an update there from police saying that there have been 82 jugging cases that they've investigated, and more than $500,000 has been taken in those instances to date. The latest involves this case right here, and we'll show you some pictures. So you can see the victim there on the right, and a man approaching her at her front door when she went to unlock it. Police are saying that two suspects followed that woman to her home in Austin after she withdrew some money from a bank in Northwest Austin. And when she got home, they attacked her and dragged her across the pavement to be able to steal her purse with the money inside. Again, we're showing you those pictures that have been shared by police today, captured by home surveillance video. And if you did not hear the officer a few moments ago, we're just going to go over some of the details about this so that anyone out there, if you have information and can help police, this is the way to do it. So again, this is the pictures that have been sent out to us. There from the right that you saw was the victim in this case. A man approached her on her front porch after police say they followed her from a bank after she withdrew some money. They attacked her at the front door and then dragged her across the sidewalk leading up to her home to steal her belongings. That woman had to go to the hospital, and she's recovering now, but police are looking for those two suspects in this case. They drove away in this vehicle right here. It's a gray, newer model BMW with 4 doors and tinted windows. The only suspect description they have right now is the man that approached the woman at her front door. He's captured here. Police say that he's a black man in his 20s, 5'9", with a thin build. He last had on a black hoodie, black pants, white socks, some of those Adidas slider sandals, surgical mask, and dark-colored gloves. If you have any information about this particular violent case, you can call the APD robbery tip line at 512-974-5092, or you can also leave tips at Crime Stoppers. That number is 512-472-TIPS. More information about this case is available right now on KXAN.com, including the pictures that you're seeing here, as well as suspect description and the suspect vehicle description. So please check out that story whenever you have a chance, because it is trending, and try to share it out as well, because police are looking for those two suspects in question. We want to thank you all again for watching here this afternoon. We'll see you back here at another time. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay safe out there and healthy. Take care.